You want some big ass biceps? You're not getting like this. So watch my video for my bicep exercises ranked best to worst. Okay, so here are the parameters for the rankings of these exercises. Number one, it's gotta be easy to do, perform. It's gonna give us the most amount of stretch in that lengthen contraction, the lengthen portion of the lift. And 3, it's safe. I mean, it's biceps. So I don't know what you could do to really make it not safe. Either way, those are the parameters. Let's get into it. So, an obvious one is gonna be machine preacher curl. Why? Because it's gonna put us in a great advantageous position to have a nice stretch on the muscle right from the start. Then we're in a great place of leverage from floor to core. We can keep our shoulders rolled back away from our ears, and right from here, we're stretched all the way to the bottom. And that line of force and line of pull is consistent all the way to the top. So for me, it's gonna be my top ranked bicep exercise. It's gonna be machine preacher curl. Next up is cable curls with a little bit of lean so you get a nice stretch. And why do I love this exercise? Well, right away, it's very easy for most of us to do. We literally just come in here, pick up the weight, walk forward a bit, keep your shoulders rolled back away from your ears, get into a lunge position as if we were doing cable flies, and let the arms just get pulled in position. And then from here, all we have to do is just flex at the elbow, and we have a great amount of tension on this movement the entire time. Super easy to get into, and we're gonna get a crazy stretch this entire rep. So number 2 is gonna be cable curls, done like this. And number 3 is gonna be incline dumbbell curls. And I put this here for a reason. Number 1, doing them standing in this position is a lot easier. I gotta put it for number 3. Why? Because not everybody has cables. And if you don't have cables, guess what? Most people have a bench and some dumbbells. So to make the most out of your maybe at-home bench or dumbbells, or the gym's too busy and you wanna get your curl on, this is one of my favorite exercises to do. Why? We're getting an absolutely amazing stretch just from sitting here. Again, from floor to core, making sure the bench isn't back too far so our arms are putting too much stress on our shoulders, but just enough so we can just let our arms hang naturally. And then again, we're just flexing at the elbow and curling up. And that's as far as we go, and guess what? Because we're on an angle, we're getting a crazy amount of stretch on the way down, and we're getting enough tension through this entire lift. So dumbbell incline curls is gonna be number 3 on my list of bicep exercises ranked best to worst. Oh, the pump. Hey guys, before we continue with this video, I gotta make sure you guys are hydrated. You hydrated yet? Probably not. Check it out, I got answers for you. Guys, use my code Johnny10 for 10% off Amino Fast. Like what's Amino Fast? Guys, Amino Fast is gonna increase your overall performance, reduce muscle soreness, improve your hydration, and it's gonna prevent muscle cramps. And guess what? All our flavors taste amazing. So guys, again, use my code Johnny10 for 10% off your next order of Amino Fast right now. Okay, back to the show. And number 4 is the obvious easy bar cable curls. Now, why do I like the easy bar? Number 1, it's easy. Actually, it's easy on the wrist. Not everybody has the mobility to have their hands completely supinated, so it's not comfortable. So an easy bar for me is gonna be my choice for cable attachment. But then, why is it at the top of the list? Well, guess what? I take the free weight easy bar curl and put a spin onto it. I just basically do it in the cables, and I step back a bit, and I'm creating tension right from the get-go. So from here, there's already tension on my biceps. So when I curl, shoulders again back and away from your ears, chest up, and we're just pulling on the way down. Even at resting, I'm gonna have tension on my biceps. So the line of force, a line of pull, the tension at the bottom, the lengthened part of the lift, and it being super easy has this ranked at number 4. How easy can it get? Number 4. Number 5 is another easy bar bicep exercise, but here, free weight. And why do I have free weight here on the list right after cables? Well, you can load it pretty well. It's super simple, and guess what? We can all assume that most people have an easy bar at the gym, and for the most part, they're pretty much open. No one's really using them, maybe. Either way, it's gonna be on my list of number 5, because again, from here, I can still put some stress on my bicep, just making sure that my shoulders are back over my ears, and I get a nice stretch from here. but then my hands are sitting in a little bit in front of me when I start, and my elbows not being like this to start. So I want to have my elbows basically aside of my body, almost in the front. So right now I have a good stretch, and from here, just curling on the way up and on the way down. And what we're doing from here is, when we're curling up, on the way down we're pushing the weight away and letting the weight and letting that load sit stretched on the bicep the entire way down. So we're pushing the weight out to make this that much better and somewhat easier. So number 5 on my list is gonna be free weight easy bar curls. Holy shit. One of your most classic bicep exercises, the regular ass concentration curl. Now there's a couple things we could do to make this that much better. Again, this is super easy. Me in this position, I have a crazy stretch on my bicep. And how do you make that stretch more pronounced? Well, I'm gonna push my shoulder, I'm gonna push the back of my arm into my leg, I'm gonna cause more tension from here. And on the way down, I'm gonna push myself away from the weight. Number 6 on the list, concentration curls. Everybody's got a dumbbell. We all got legs and arms. Super easy to do. And we get a crazy stretch on the bicep. So if you're stuck with only a dumbbell, fear not. Here's your answer. Number 7 on the list is the good old rope hammer curls. Now, why is this higher up on my list? All the other exercises just a little more isolated to the bicep. We're pulling on our forearms this exercise, and that is a good thing, but we're taking a little bit away from the biceps. Either way, on my list, this is one of my favorite exercises to do. We're gonna get a good amount of bicep and forearm as well. And using the cables, we're getting the same benefit as if we were doing the easy bar cable curls. Right at the bottom, we're gonna get a good stretch, and then on the way up, we're getting a good stretch as well. Then on the way up, we have a great line of force, causing constant tension this entire lift. Now, when we're doing this, just make sure we're hammer curling in the same direction as our bicep. We don't have to pull out and do this, and we don't have to pull in and do this. Keep everything linear in alignment and curl on the way up. Control all the way down, stretch to the bottom, pull up, all the way down, stretch to the bottom. Number 7, cable rope hammer curls. Number 8 is gonna be drag curls. This is such an easy exercise, really. What we wanna do is just basically get a lot of stress by letting the weight just hang, and then we're gonna push the elbows to the back while riding the weight up as close to our body as possible, just until we get to here. Basically until your forearms touch your bicep. Not that great of a range, although we are getting a good stretch at the bottom. And we're bringing a couple other muscle groups into the mix. So it's not as advantageous as the previous exercise, but nonetheless, still a very good exercise. It's just further down in the list. Number 8 for me is gonna be drag curls. Now number 9 for me is gonna be spider curls. And why? Well, just for the sheer reason that it might look really easy to do, just lying on your stomach and just curling away, but for the most part, it's really hard for people to really connect to. Where to put their arms, are they here or here? Do their elbows travel back? Do they go forward? And there's a lot of confusion there. So for me, if I'm gonna try to create the most amount of stretch to make this fit in my list, I'm gonna pull here a little bit in front of me. Then I'm gonna curl as much as I can on the way up, but then from here, I'm feeling a little bit of stress on my front delt. So for me to move it back like this, well, then I'm kind of doing a drag curl. And then the load really isn't doing anything down here. But it's still a good exercise. It's something I still enjoy. And they still work, especially if you're doing a video on bicep curls and you're at the end of this and this is the last exercise you're doing, you're gonna feel the shit out of it. So it's gonna be on the lowest of my list, but I still like it. And if you're gonna do this, let the elbows go back and curl. I know it said some videos go up front, but reneging that. Can I see red neg? Can I see reneg? So yeah, I know I said before to get a stretch and put it in front, but this feels better here, but now that feeling better, I'm getting less stress at the bottom of the lift, so it kind of knocks it all the way down to number 9. Only because to really feel this, I have to put it here, and well, right now my biceps aren't doing anything. So number 9, spider curls. But not least on this list is gonna be easy bar reverse cable curls. Now, I don't ever really train forearms at all, but if I'm gonna add a little bit of forearms in it, I'm gonna do it in the form of a hammer curl or a curl like this. Because for the most part, yeah, I'm working my biceps and I'm getting a good stretch at the bottom, but because of my hand positioning being pronated, I'm getting a lot of forearm in this, which is great. But for it to be the top of my bicep list, this for the top of my forearm list, definitely. But nonetheless, it's still a bicep movement that I'd like to do whenever I'm feeling a little spicy. Easy bar reverse cable curls, but unfortunately, it's the last one on my list. So this is the worst, but still good. All right, that is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. Remember, these are my favorite bicep exercises ranked best to worst. They're gonna change for a lot of people. It's gonna be different for everybody. So maybe we could put together a all-star list. Let me know in the comment section below your favorite exercise and we'll put that together and we'll have the best bicep exercises. Anyway guys, until next time, you know how it is, iron sharpens iron, progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing. Peace.